This was back in 2022 when I was working night shifts at Henderson Distribution in Phoenix, Arizona. My name's Kyle, and I was the night supervisor there. Been doing warehouse work for like 8 years. Nothing fancy, just moving boxes and checking numbers. The pay was decent enough, and night shift meant I didn't have to deal with all the daytime drama, you know? So anyway, this weird stuff started happening around October. I'd come in at 11 p.m., and the inventory numbers would be wrong. Not like missing inventory or anything. More like things had moved around. A whole pallet of electronics that was supposed to be in Section C would be sitting in Section F. Made no damn sense. At first, I thought maybe the day shift guys were just being sloppy with their paperwork. But when I asked Marcus, the day supervisor, he swore everything was where it should be when they left. The security footage didn't show anything either. Just normal stuff. Workers leaving, doors getting locked, lights going out. But here's the thing that really got to me. Some mornings when I'd do my walkthrough, the loading dock doors would have these weird scuff marks near the handles. Fresh ones. And sometimes the locks looked like they'd been messed with, even though they were still locked tight. I started bringing my own coffee to work because, well, this is gonna sound stupid, but I kept getting really tired during my shifts, like falling asleep standing up tired. And I'm not usually like that. I drink energy drinks, stay up late gaming. Tiredness isn't really my thing. But man, some nights I could barely keep my eyes open. Had to splash cold water on my face just to stay awake. My coworker Jenny mentioned it too. She said she'd been having these weird memory gaps during work. Like she'd be checking inventory in one section, then suddenly she'd be somewhere else and couldn't remember walking there. We both laughed about it, but it was weird. That's when I decided to set up my own camera, just a little wireless one I bought on Amazon. Hid it behind some boxes facing the main floor area. The footage from the first few nights was boring as hell. Just empty warehouse, some rats running around, the usual stuff. But then, on Thursday night, Jesus. Around 3 a.m., this figure walks out from behind the pallets in Section B. At first I thought it was a burglar or something, but then I recognized him. It was Derek from day shift. Skinny guy, always kept to himself, drove this beat-up Honda. He wasn't stealing anything though. He was living there. Had made this little space between some tall pallets with blankets and a camping chair. Even had a hot plate plugged into an outlet. The guy was basically camping in our warehouse. I watched him for like 20 minutes on the footage. He'd move pallets around to hide his little setup better. Then he'd go to the break room and shit, this still creeps me out. He'd open up the coffee machine and pour something into the water reservoir, some kind of powder or pills he'd crush up. That's when it hit me. The tiredness. Jenny's memory problems. We'd all been drinking that damn coffee. I called the cops the next morning, but first I had to tell Marcus what was happening. Turns out Derek had been evicted from his apartment 2 months ago. Nobody knew he was homeless. He'd been selling warehouse stuff online to survive and drugging us, so we wouldn't notice. The worst part? Jenny ended up in the hospital. She's allergic to some sleeping medications, and whatever Derek was putting in that coffee nearly killed her. She was unconscious for 6 hours. They arrested Derek, but I still can't shake the feeling. Every time I drink coffee now, I think about those months of being drugged. How many nights did I walk around that warehouse half-conscious while some desperate guy watched me from the shadows? I quit that job last month. Some things just stick with you, you know? I'm just a guy, okay? Name's Reggie. Been working the night shift at St. Luke's Hospital parking garage in Pittsburgh for like 2 years. It's boring, mostly. I sit in a booth, check tickets, watch grainy security screens. The place is huge, 6 levels, concrete, cold, smells like oil and stale coffee. I always bring this old radio that hums when it's quiet, which is all the time at 3 a.m. Never thought it'd be creepy, you know? Just a job. First time I noticed the car, I didn't think much. Black sedan, tinted windows, parked on level 3 in the corner where the light flickers. I saw it on the cameras, thought, okay, whatever. Next night, same car, level 5, same dark corner. I'm like, how? Nobody used the elevators. I checked the tapes. Stairwells, empty. I got this weird feeling, like when you're alone but not alone, you know? My buddy Carl, who works days, says I'm paranoid. He's always eating these smelly tuna sandwiches, leaves crumbs everywhere. Annoying, but normal. It kept happening. Every few nights, that car. Level 2, then 4, always in shadows. I'd squint at the screen, but the driver? Never clear. Just a shape. I started jotting down times, plates. Same car, Pennsylvania tags. I told myself, Reggie, chill, it's just some doctor parking weird. But I'd hear noises sometimes, like metal scraping, faint, from the lower levels. The garage is old, pipes grown, but this was different. Sharp. Deliberate. One night, I'm eating a stale donut, and I see it again. Level 6. Darkest spot. I'm pissed now, right? I grab my flashlight, lock the booth, and head up. Stupid, yeah, but I'm thinking, I'm done with this. My boots echo, loud, too loud. I get to the car, and it's empty. Windows so dark I can't see shit. I shine my light, nothing. Then I hear it, scrape, scrape from below. My heart's racing, but I'm too stubborn to quit. I find this rusted door on level 1, tucked behind some pipes. Maintenance tunnel. Never noticed it before. It's unlocked, which is weird. I push it open, and it smells wrong. Like chemicals, sharp. The tunnel's narrow, concrete, goes deep. I follow it, shaking a little, flashlight jumping. It leads to the hospital basement. I'm thinking, what the hell? There's boxes stacked, medical stuff, syringes, bandages, vials. I'm no genius, but this ain't right. I find a laptop, open, glowing. Some shady websites up, listing medical supplies for sale. Then I see another tab, patient records. Names, addresses, social security numbers. Hundreds of them. My hands are sweaty, I'm scrolling, and I see posts on some dark web forum. They're selling this info. I'm freaking out, thinking about all those people. Then I find worse, reports of accidents. People brought in unconscious, robbed, drugged. Their info matches the records. My head's spinning. This guy's not just stealing supplies, he's feeding criminals. I hear that scrape again. Close. I freeze, turn off my light. Footsteps, slow, coming my way. I'm crouched behind boxes, barely breathing. A shadow moves past, tall, hooded. I don't see his face, thank God, but he's carrying something heavy, dragging it. I wait. Forever it feels like, till he's gone. I bolt, back through the tunnel, up to my booth. I call security, but my voice is shaking, sounds pathetic. They found the tunnel, the stuff, the laptop. Cops are investigating, but the guy? Gone, no trace. They say I helped stop something big, but I can't sleep. I keep thinking about those patients, their lives ruined. And that car? It's still out there. Sometimes, I swear, I see it on the cameras, parked in the dark. I don't check anymore. I just turn the radio up louder. My name is Dex, and I worked nights at a Shell station on Highway 92, about 15 miles outside Phoenix. The kind of place where truckers stop at 3 a.m. and weird shit happens. 3 weeks into the job, this guy started coming every single night. Same time, 2:47 a.m. exactly. I know because the register would beep when he walked in, and I'd glance at the clock. He looked normal enough. Mid-40s, thin, always wore a baseball cap pulled low. But here's what bothered me. He bought the exact same stuff every time. 4 zip ties, a bottle of bleach, rubber cleaning gloves, and 2 Red Bulls. Always paid cash. Never said a word except thanks. At first I thought maybe he cleaned pools or something. But who cleans pools at 3 a.m.? And why every single night? I started writing down his license plate. Arizona plates, started with 8TG something. Don't know why exactly. Just felt important somehow. The guy drove this beat-up Honda Civic, but he always parked way in the back corner, even when the lot was empty. After he left, he'd sit in his car for like 10 minutes, just staring at his phone. 2 weeks later, something happened that still gives me chills. Around 2:30, I hear voices outside. Angry voices. I look out, and there's my regular customer arguing with some younger guy near the dumpster. The younger guy was really upset, waving his hands around. The argument lasted maybe 5 minutes. Then they both left. My regular customer came in at exactly 2:47 like always. Bought his usual stuff. But this time, he looked different. Sweaty. Nervous. His hands were shaking. That was on a Tuesday. Thursday night, he didn't show up. First time in 6 weeks. Friday morning, I'm driving home when I hear this news report about a missing person from Tempe. 22-year-old college student named Marcus Webb, last seen Tuesday night. As they described him, tall, brown hair, red jacket, my stomach dropped. That was the guy arguing with my regular customer. I went back to check the security footage from Tuesday. There it was, clear as day. My regular customer and Marcus Webb by the dumpster. But watching it back, I noticed something I missed. After Marcus left, my regular customer made a phone call. Then he went to his trunk and pulled out a small cooler. That's when I started digging. Found out my regular customer worked at Desert Memorial Crematorium on the north side of Phoenix, had access to the furnaces 24/7. I never went back to that job, quit through a text message. Never reported what I saw either because who would believe me? The police found Marcus's car in a lake 3 months later. They never found Marcus.